When action is taken without action, nothing is left undone. Even when one is immersed in the depths of the abyss, one must maintain the essence of tranquility. Dang it! No! Ugh. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. Today I find myself on a contemplative journey through a colorful realm of minor background characters from a Studio Ghibli movie who live to battle each other in physical contests worthy of a mildly sadistic Japanese game show. Fall Guys is an online-only battle royale that involves a string of 4 games where an initial set of 60 players gets cruelly whittled down to a single blood-splattered warrior champion, figuratively speaking. Sure, they may actually look like a hot dog or a sushi roll, but come on. Blood-splattered warrior is the only way to describe whoever makes it through all this. Squid Games has nothing on this brutal critique of capitalist competition gone mad. Where's the Emmy nomination for Fall Guys? In reality, though, Fall Guys is an advanced meditative training simulation created by ancient yoga masters, or possibly Zen monks, or reclusive Taoist hermits. Whoever they were, they had one clear goal: to show the player the impermanence of everyday life and the need to adopt a calm, unperturbed view of human struggles. A door that we encounter might well be a wall, while some walls are really doors. Being blown off a tube by a suddenly appearing enormous fan is an opportunity to explore new paths and potentially even reach one's goals all the more quickly. Just like how if you lose your job and get dumped by your partner, you might find a $5 bill on the ground that very same day. True story. No, that wasn't me crying, it was the hot dog. In Fall Guys, as in life itself, striving forward as fast and determinedly as possible often actually leads to setbacks. Narrow tunnel vision focused only on the next step forward can leave you vulnerable to a sudden punch from a giant boxing glove. Instead of plunging ahead, the way to succeed is to embrace an unworried mind, free of anxieties, and to fall into a state of flow. Victory in the end goes not to the one who is always racing ahead, but the one whose moves follow the course of nature. The experience calls to mind the ancient Chinese Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi in his story of a lord who was watching a butcher cutting up meat. After asking him how he became so skillful, the butcher replied, "What your servant values is the Tao, or the way, which goes beyond technique. When I first began cutting up oxen, I did not see anything but oxen. 3 years later, I couldn't see the whole ox, and now I encounter them with spirit and don't even bother to look with my eyes. Sensible knowledge stops and spiritual direction proceeds. I rely on the sensation of heavenly patterns, strike in the big gaps of bone and flesh, am guided by the natural spaces and gaps, and follow what is inherently so." To which the Lord replies, "Excellent! I have heard the words of a butcher and learned how to care for life." I too have heard the words of a fall guy, well, mostly Squeaks, and learned how to care for life. No longer do I pay much attention to the apparent successes of my rivals, or worry that others are ahead of me. Instead, I allow myself to drift forward, dancing with the energies of the universe around every obstacle, hanging back coolly while traps snare those in front, suddenly pressing forward when the moment is ripe, and never, ever losing my pure and unsullied, calm state of mind. Not even when that little pink son of a sushi roll gets in my way on purpose to block me from reaching the finish line at the last minute and I end up rolling off of the... Yes, tranquility is the most precious possession of the unperturbed soul. Who cares if you grab an opponent's tail or not? Yes, got it! I mean, so it goes. I remain unbothered, even when I should have gotten into that floating ring if I hadn't been pushed off course by some jerk who obviously has no chance of winning and is probably just sitting on the controller accidentally. There's actually a toddler pushing buttons at random when they should be being supervised by a responsible parent or guardian. And yet, here they are, ruining my chances of coming out on top. As I said, I am cool and collected, part of the natural flow, with no thought of winning or losing or other such vulgarities. It would take more to phase my meditative state than a few wee sprites trying to outpace me as we jump around rolling logs to avoid deadly slime. Even if they keep unfairly getting in front of me and burning up the little hexagon tiles. Ha! After all, only an unenlightened person would let himself be emotionally affected by the mere experience of jumping between platforms, trying to be the last one standing, letting the others fall to their doom while you deftly evade every barrier. What matters is being in communion with the cosmos, not who wins or loses. Why should I even be pleased with seeing my last remaining competitor finally make the wrong leap and go plunging into the void? While I, at long last, win the gold medal and emerge the glorious, blood-splattered champion of all Fall Guys, whom all must bow before in awe. Take that, hot dog. I mean, that'd be silly. Keep watching Deep Thoughts while gaming. And as always, maintain your inner peace.